Welcome back to Lawn Mowing Prime 2.
Oh, goodness.
It's gonna be a fun day.
Where I continue to learn the pros and cons of apartment living. I'm being attacked.
Yeah, last time you had an apocalypse going on outside, now at least it's just a lawnmower.
It's just the lawn mowing.
No wailing sirens.
It's some weird, truck apocalypse that was happening.
I'm gonna cut out as much of it as I can because I haven't done the editing for it just yet. But my goodness, it's loud.
Also, Weird Truck Apocalypse is the name of my metal band.
With us today, we got Tai Tai.
Yo.
Because he specifically requested to come along for this portion. Alright, so we are headed to the third major area.
Also, FP, I had another Snapple fact for you, but I threw it out. It was something about how many bones you have in your skull. I think it was 28, so there you go.
Thank you.
Snapple facts with Joey.
There's a portal there, but we won't be able to do anything if we go through it, so I'm just gonna skip it for now.
So, hold up, I think Tai Tai's counting the bones in his skull.
Well, I've drawn skulls before, and not counting the teeth, I always thought there was just 2.
I mean, maybe it is counting the teeth. Your teeth are boned.
Yeah, they are.
But then again, how many teeth does the average human have?
Something like 32, 36.
So it's obviously not counting the teeth.
Can't be.
Where are the rest of those bones?
Real quick, this gate says that there's a security system that we can't see in this visible spectrum or current time space. Do you remember what we picked up last time, Faye?
Yeah, we got a weird space-time detector.
Yeah, our dark visor allows us to see stuff.
Yeah, that thing.
So you can see there's a bunch of red dots there. So that's the security system. So we use our seeker missiles and unlock this once again.
That's not very secure security.
I mean, it is. You can only do it if you have that. You only know where it is if you have the visor.
Depending on which dimension you're in, that's either really good or really bad security.
And which timeline you're in. You could just be in a timeline where that security just isn't there and you can't open the door.
The darkest timeline.
Space pirates are here again. Oh, that was good ragdoll.
Whoa.
I love watching them just zoom into space.
Oh.
But I must go now.
Speaking of zooming into space.
Oh.
Is that the end of that joke?
Yeah, no, he sent them flying with a super missile.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a weird reference to something.
Nope.
I thought you were gonna start talking about No Man's Sky or something.
Nope.
Please don't do that. It makes goons very mad.
Yeah, I don't have any opinions on the game, really. None that are useful.
The E3 trailer, basically. I have no clue what happened to it.
Yeah.
It's basically Spore for the 2000s.
Oh.
Essentially didn't go over well from what everyone says, so.
Sony is actually accepting refunds.
Sony accepting refunds?
Yeah, that's a thing, that Sony has never done before, but they are doing it for No Man's Sky. Also, holy shit.
We are really in the darkest timeline.
What?
No, it's just... That missile was very hidden.
Yeah, it's on top of the ship. Anyway, we forgot to scan it the first time, but that's the Federation ship again. We're back in the landing site. And, yeah.
Weren't there some logs here that people were very mad that you didn't scan?
No. Somewhere else.
Okay.
So we're heading to third area.
I think all the Federation ones here are just arguing whether Samus is real or not.
There's a number of those.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Ow.
It's kind of like the arguments about Metroid that happened when I was a kid, except they were arguing over whether she was really a girl or not.
Well, I mean, if you're good at the game, you'd know the truth.
Exactly.
It's actually a dangerous turret.
It's okay, just play Tracer, you can get rid of that.
Ow.
No, we already had a session full of Overwatch jokes.
We did. It was pretty good.
I actually really like the Seeker missile power-up.
It's way better in Trilogy. Just because you can free aim it.
Yeah.
Just look out my window, it's mowing and buses and all that. I'm not even in the middle of the city proper. Imagine if I had to do this when I was like, you know, a full 4-lane road going by.
This would never get done.
Hell. Well, we'll get done if FP eventually soundproofed his apartment.
Yeah. I'll have to go to the radio station.
Yeah, just go to the radio station and be like, okay, I need to soundproof my house. And be like, what for? Personal reasons.
Rent out a recording studio.
Yeah.
So delay the recording of an indie band's album for like a week just so you can finish your LPs.
Yep. They are on my side, about 10 feet from my window. Nice. Anyway.
This has been your update about the lawnmowers.
This is the third area.
This area is my favorite area.
I've heard a lot of praise for this, and I feel like it might have been built up too much. Oh, look at those! It looks
Sonar
like
arrays.
it looks like an IKEA lamp, but in a good way.
I'm sorry if I take my damn time here, but I love this area too much to just rush through it. That's warning to the thread more than anything. And yes, this may be built up a bit too much for some people, but seriously, this area is so good.
It's really, really cool.
Oh no, my Isaac fell over.
Oh no.
Now he's crying.
Oh, more security turrets.
I fixed it. He's sitting back up now.
There we go.
You just gunked those turrets right up.
I did. They broke
It's
free.
rude. Okay.
Look at
So
these.
completely unrelated to the weird thing we just saw. Has anybody seen Event Horizon?
Nope.
Look at this little thing.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's
Why
just
is the luggage
it's a
in this
little
game?
drone. They're
They
simple
have not
maintenance
gone
drones.
rogue.
They're like little trains. I love it.
It reminds me of the time me and May went to the aquarium, and don't ask me why they were there, but there was like those leaf cutter ants
Oh.
at the aquarium, you know,
As you
the
do.
place where you keep ants. And they had like, their hive was like in the middle of the room, and there was ropes going from the hive that were like inside
I'm
silicone
sorry,
tubes.
Faye. I need to interrupt you for a sec. This is the Sanctuary Fortress. And it's the coolest area in the series.
It looks
Yeah.
high up.
It is, it's on a mountain, and as I said I won't do, I will not look down because there's bottomless pits here. So, I will not intentionally look down for you.
I mean, you can just warn me when you're about to do it, and I can pay attention to something else for a sec.
But yeah, anyway, we're on a mountain. Sorry, so your story about the aquarium.
Yeah, so there were ants, and they were in like these silicone tubes that had ropes in them, obviously so the ants didn't get out, and they were just like wandering back and forth carrying leaves. It was really cool. But like, why is that in an aquarium?
That's a good question, I suppose.
Aquariums are for fish.
Oh shit,
Well,
there's
my
somebody behind me.
My ex-girlfriend has a story about how she saw turtles having sex at the aquarium. It's like, okay, turtles live in water, that's reasonable. And then she mentioned that there were owls there? like, owls aren't fish.
I mean, we went to the Baltimore Aquarium, and like they have a whole like aviary section.
Okay, maybe for like seabirds and stuff like that, I can see that. Like maybe if you have like albatrosses and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can have those extra stuff.
If it's a full aviary section, I don't have a problem with it.
It's just like, I don't know. Why would you have birds in an aquarium? Birds aren't fish.
A singular random ant or bird
far.
display would be weird, but
Yeah, like it's a proper
section
aviary section.
Yeah, like this was in like a section of the aquarium that had all kinds of bugs and creepy crawlies and stuff. There was a really rad spider that I wanted to pet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she would have appreciated it though.
One thing about this area I like is the skybox here. I know FP, you said you're not gonna go look down, but there's like this big city, glowing city underneath us right now.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do?
Oh yeah,
I'm
look away
covering
for a
the part-
second.
Yeah, I'm covering the part of the screen with my hand. Just show it off. I'm sorry, Thread,
it looks
but this
like
trick.
it looks like either a city or like a circuit board down below us. It's really weird and cool.
I'm sorry, Fred, for being a giant baby. I have a terrible fear of heights. Okay, I'm good.
Yep, you're good.
FP's just blowing up
stuff.
things.
Let's go in. I'm dragging this out longer than I need to.
The interior
That's
is
okay.
really
You're
cool, too.
appreciating this area.
You bet I am. Octopedes. They're not particularly dangerous, but when you break them, they do all sort of scatter and explode.
So where does the octo part of their name come from?
There's 8
Because
of
they
them.
come in 8.
Oh.
Like, they count as, like, 2 separate enemies, but, like, there's that electrical glow in between them.
Okay.
So, like, they're generating an electric field between.
Not sure why they do that, but
It's probably in the scan, and I just didn't read it. It's probably a security thing. Like, this is their tech complex. They have a lot of security in it.
and all the security is out to kill you.
Pretty much. It's another control system that we can do with the dark visor. Open that up. And one of the most dangerous enemies in the game comes out.
The Resbit.
The Resbit. These guys are really cool, and I will show off what they do in a moment. So, one of the things the scan says about them is that they have a virus delivery system.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. They can transmit viruses into mechanoids and armor systems. So I will let it do what it... I will let it do that attack, because it's interesting. So it generates up a little barrier that just reflects. Then it will break lock-on. You can't target it any longer. And suddenly this happens.
Oh.
And you actually have to push a button combo to reboot your system. And so you can
have
see...
to Control-Alt-Delete to reset your suit.
Yeah.
Luckily, because the Chozo are like tech wizards, your suit just has to reboot and it's fine. It doesn't do any permanent lasting damage.
Yeah.
So basically, blue screens your suit.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. But it's really neat because whenever that happens, you can actually, like, see a readout going up the side of, like, your suit diagnostics.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I hate these guys.
These guys are not as fun. They're just called quads, and they have a lower body and a head. There's multiple ways to fight them. Either you can go for the head or you can go for the lower body. However, each one leads to a different outcome.
I remember fighting this thing in Pikmin.
So if I shoot the head, it will break off and the legs will go rampant of their own.
Oh,
and I am
goodness.
being attacked.
There's 2 of them in this room, if I remember.
I think it's just one right away. But if I go for the legs, when it vortex spins, I have to boost into it, and then I can hit it with a boost ball charge. That breaks the legs, but the head pops off. And then it gains a light or dark shield that you have to break using the opposite polarity.
Goodness, that's a lot of things to have to do to fight like one non-boss enemy.
It's generally
That's like the
easier to
legs
break the head and then do the legs.
Because the legs will go crazy, but you still beat them the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, these res bits, the easiest thing to do to them is to do the freeze with Dark Beam, because then you can just missile them. Otherwise, they take a fair bit of hits.
Okay, I'm liking this. There's a lot of interesting enemies, completely new environment.
Yeah. It's just a really cool looking area.
And
Unlike
there's colours
anything
other
else the
than
series
brown
has done.
and grey.
Yeah, instead where you got like a blue, green, black aesthetic.
And red.
Yeah, blue, green, black, and red, and all in sort of like neon color is the aesthetic. And it totally works.
Like, this looks a bit like a rave I almost went to.
Should have gone.
Nah, I don't drink and I don't do drugs. There's nothing for me to do at a rave.
That's true. I always forget that that's the main reason to go to a rave.
Although I am fascinated by shiny things, so...
That's the ancillary reason to go to a rave.
Yeah, glow sticks. They just hand those things out.
But yeah, there's a ton of stuff just off to the sides in this area because, well, it's a whole big technical area, so there's got to be a lot of machines doing things in it. Like, just a whole bunch of rooms and bits of room that you can see from places that you don't go into. And, you know, scenery that's not explained, it's just like sort of generic technical stuff. It's all cool in my mind. I just think the whole area looks really cool.
You know, when the game said it was a fortress, I was expecting like a castle for some reason.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
mean,
it's
yeah, that sort of thing, like, Fortress doesn't usually give this sort of connotation.
yeah. Also, Gene Wilder just died.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
I need a, who was he? I've forgotten. Name's familiar, I can't remember why I should
Willy
know.
Wonka.
Oh!
Yeah.
From the meme.
Huh.
Sorry, I literally just found that out.
Okay. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this thing tells us how to shut off this gyro in the middle.
Amber, Cobalt, Crimson, Emerald. Those are almost exactly the names of colours in the Void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, So we can't get through the middle of this gyro until we use the bomb slots that are out here. It's just a simple puzzle. But it still looks neat. And then once we do that, we can go through.
That's like the aesthetic of this entire area is weird tech shit that looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I love
Yeah.
it. Oh.
This is a big combat drone.
Who's this big drone?